Okay, this video is going to be a little bit tougher to show you simply because I don't have a device to register. So what we're going to do is we're going to come into the Beacon Tools app. We're going to click on it, and this is what it's going to look like when you see this. There are no unregistered, meaning the system can't find any, but here's the one that I do have is already registered. So I'm going to try and explain this, or at least walk you through this without being able to show you. So again, the instructions are below, but we want to take and show you that. So first and foremost, I want you to take and go over to the little 3 hamburgers and click those. And what I want to do is make sure that you are definitely logged in, and it shows as your current project. If you remember, mine was Android Lead, so I'm in the right place. I want to make sure I'm connecting it to the right project. If you have multiple projects, like you want to do one for different businesses, you can switch the project by clicking here, right? And it's the only way you can see the device training project that I have here. So I'm going to choose the Android Leads just because I want to stay within that. So if you set up multiple projects for different businesses, you can do that. And then all I would simply do is click this to hit Beacons Near Me. And what it's going to do and look for unregistered beacons near me. So remember, unfortunately, I don't have an unregistered one that I can use as a demo. I have the registered, but not the unregistered. So I'm going to try and walk you through an unregistered beacon and explain what happens as we're going through. So what's going to happen when you click the Beacons Near Me, even though I'm going to do it, nothing will pull up, but you will have the beacon, and it'll look just like this. It'll just show up in the unregistered area. So now we're going to go and register. So at this point, you would click on that beacon, even though it'll show in unregistered. Let me see what it shows up, if I can do anything to it here. Probably not. So when it's unregistered, that's what it would look like there. You're going to click on it, and it's going to pull up a screen, and the first thing you'll see is provisioning, the word provisioning, and then registration underneath it. So you'll see the little bar going across like it's provisioning, and you're going to get a message that'll throw you off a little bit. It's something along the lines of like, hey, we can't provision this. Don't worry about it. We're not going to do that, right? We're worried about registering it, but the system has to take and flow through that. Once it's done, we'll take the next. Okay, so once the provisioning is done, you'll see that really scary message about Eddystone is not configuring, and you're going to think that it isn't configured. Ignore that. What you're going to do is go down to the registration tab, or the registration portion, and you'll see a little piece of text down there. Oh, it'll show up somewhere right around this area, and it'll say add a description. And so what you're going to do is simply click on that and give your put your description in there. Now, personally, what I would do is whatever you named it on the RAD app is what I would name it here. So like the first one I did was Device 1 Huntington Apartments. That's what I would do in this same location. So you're just going to take a name, add a description to the description area, or the registration area. Now, once you add a description, you'll notice there's a little check mark up in the upper right hand corner. You're going to just sit there and click that, or you're just going to click that and then let it go through and do its thing again, and you'll see that it's working, and you'll also see that it's done. So that's all right. Once you're done with that step, you'll see that it's working, and you'll see in the add description area, whatever you named it, you'll see that it shows up there. So what you're going to want to do is take and simply come back, right? You'd hit the back arrow the way that it'll work, and you're going to want to come to this area and hit registered and see if that device shows up. Now, in the event that it doesn't, because it still takes a couple of minutes or a minute or two to go through, just refresh your screen and let that go up. I haven't updated anything, so I can't refresh anything. But you'll see the device will be in here on the registered side, and then you would see from there, now we don't have anything in the unregistered section again. Registered, it's there. All right, and what we're going to do is go to the next step, and when we log in, obviously we'll take and see that it's in the correct project, so the Android Leads project, and we'll go log in and go to the next step.